I can see your pretty
Right,
face,
I've
pal.
had enough. I hate MacBooks.
It's not you. It's
I've lost you. Yeah, I
Can you
can
see
see
me,
you. I can
mate?
hear you. I've decided I'm putting the Mac away now.
It's not letting me comment or add
No,
anything to this. I don't know
I'll
why.
have to do it on my phone. Sorry, mate.
I'm on my phone. No, I'm on my phone now.
Right.
Uh, Let me try to set it up, mate. Get a bit comfortable, you know.
Wow.
Right. I think that's how we're doing it, mate.
Right. Sorry to everyone.
Finally, we're only an hour and 15 minutes
No,
over,
that's
pal.
fine. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
God, bloody technology.
Finally get
Technology. Yeah.
crazy, innit? What have you been up to?
Not a lot, really. Just getting ready for this. What are we in lockdown 6, 7, or what? So it's tier 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm just getting ready for
Yeah.
that.
Well, what does that mean? No fishing? Then are you gonna
No,
get
I'm
out
gonna have a
or?
break. To be fair, even if they give it the go ahead, it's something that I need to give it a go. That's my own personal feeling on it, really.
Yeah.
I've ordered a book. I'm getting things ready for 7 weeks or whatever it is. On a positive note, like
Yeah.
I mentioned to you the other day, that I don't have to tie any lower hook lengths at the moment. So yeah, that's it.
That's it.
But how about you?
But you know, like I was saying the other day, I mean, I do live across from a lake, so I'm just gonna take my piking gear out there and you know just get out myself. There's nothing worse than staying indoors. So just want to, yeah, just keep busy. I'll be out at
Good
some
on you.
point.
If you can do it, do
Yeah,
it. Like I say, it's
yeah,
something I'm gonna stay put. I think it's
yeah.
like I say, we can't. I don't really want to comment on it too much because I don't want to get aggro from my own point of view. So
No, I think well, everyone's got their own opinion on it, so each to their own, mate. I mean, I know a lot of people are fed up with it at the minute. So, right, mate, do you want to introduce yourself,
um,
the main man?
well, I'm not really, am I? But yeah, well, I'm Craig, as people might have seen the videos that I did. I think it was
Yeah, man.
March 2020. Yeah, we did them
Yeah,
about mental health. I just wanted to raise
yeah,
awareness.
yeah.
And it's gone a bit, yeah, it's gone a bit mad. Um, I wasn't expecting it to go the way it has done. Um,
Nobody does, though, mate. But I don't know. Like, I'll post a link to your videos that you did post, but just to get out on the bank, just out your own time, your own thought, and just thought, you know, you're gonna put it out there. You know, you weren't embarrassed. You weren't bothered about the stigma that's attached to mental health or anything like that. And just to sit there, set your camera up, and tell your story. And you know, like we both know, it can happen to
of
anybody,
course it
can't
can.
it?
I mean, like I've mentioned to
And,
you before, we all handle things differently. So, um,
yeah,
we can all suffer with anxiety or whatever, but each one of us has different ways of,
yeah,
you know, different levels of it. So
I cope.
it's it's a funny one. Um, I mean, me getting out on the bank, it's something that I needed to do to it's for your well-being, really. You,
Yeah, of course. It's just like as the title says, the benefits that you get from fishing. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I mean, like my girlfriend's mates will take the piss out of me a little bit about the fishing, but they go horse riding. What do they get out of going horse riding? You
oh,
know, fishing.
that's
You
it.
know,
I bet some of them
yeah,
play golf. It's a niche.
I,
We all have our own things that we make us tick, if you will. So
yeah,
I mean, fishing for me, I started going when I was 8 with my dad. I
yeah,
remember I had a fiberglass rod. I'm not going to say how old I am, but it's a long time ago. And
yeah,
I remember those good times from fishing. I enjoyed it as a kid. So it's
yeah. I think that's it. When you do start at a young age, you do get that bug, and that doesn't leave you. I've had like years where I haven't been fishing, but you don't lose
no.
that little flame that burns inside. It's
No,
always there.
that's it. With me. I didn't fish for God about 20 years. I had a break because I was doing
Mm,
bits and bobs when I was a kid.
yeah,
But when I needed to find something to sort of ground myself, about 5-6 years
yeah,
ago, it was the first thing that came into my head.
yeah. So like, when did you get back into your
Um,
fishing
I
then?
I got a bit. Yeah, I got a bit serious in about 2015. That was when I needed something because I was DJing for a long time, and I needed
Yeah.
something to sort of the total opposite. So I needed something to ground me, and it was fishing that I
Mm,
wanted to do. So I started it back up in 2015. Um, I used to go to a little cart water around the corner from me, um, method feeder, boom, catching carp all the time, and the more I caught, the more I got into it. I was basically hooked. So I've
and that's it. So did you get back into it like after your bout of your mental health
more so,
that you
yeah. I had a bit of a
right?
break in 2015. It wasn't as I'd go a couple of times a month because I've had surgery on my spine twice since then. So that hindered me a bit. But I think once I became a single unit, if you will, on my own, in 2017, I just cracked on with it. That was the thing that I had to
Mm,
focus on. So
yeah,
it's been about the last 3 years that I've been going for it, really, and trying to get out as much as I can, learning as much as I can.
yeah. Well, so at what point did you start in that you were getting symptoms of your mental
Um,
health?
I think it was, God, it's about 3 years ago, 2017. Like I say, my
Yeah,
whole life changed, and
right,
I
yeah,
started doing a lot of, what's the word? I was looking at back at my life basically in 2017, thinking, why did I do this? Why did I do that? Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. And then as soon as I stopped drinking, I had all these.
yeah.
Go on.
What's drinking heavily?
Not really. It was just a thing that I did every day. Um, I wasn't to the point where I was falling over or kicking off with people or things
Yeah,
like that because I was doing it on my own. But having,
yeah.
yourself, having beers on your own, getting drunk on your own, it's not,
It's
no,
no
it's,
exist, no exist. It's a lonely
of
life.
course it
Do you know what I
is.
mean? People, you sat there enjoying yourself. Opening drinks all day. There's no fun in
It
it. It's a
passes the
dark.
day. So that's why I was doing it to make the days go quicker.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and then it was only when I stopped that all these things started happening. I was like hearing my voices, and it was
yeah.
weird. So it's been over the last couple of years that I've noticed the dip in my mental health, if you will. Um,
Yeah. Was it a gradual thing then? Was it just getting
it was
worse
getting
by the
worse
day,
by the
or?
day. I mean, it affected
Mm,
me in my job. I was
yeah,
taking it out on other people because I didn't know how to handle it. I was, no, this is completely new,
yeah,
um, and it freaked me out. So it got to the point where started doing irrational things to me, with myself.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I needed to get help. So that's where we're at the moment.
So was it off your own back that you decided to
Yes.
help, was it?
Yeah.
What's the process that you had to go through?
It was after... It's hard, this. It was after a couple of months. Once I won't get into it, but self-harming is a big thing.
Okay.
It's part of my condition. But once I started, I don't know, waking up and realising what I was doing to myself, and I've got family, I've got people that care about me, and yeah, it got to a dark point where I needed to go and get help straight away, put it that way, or I wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
And that's where it's cascaded from. So it's gone from the moment when I reached out and basically was crying for help. And I'm not, like I say, I'm still here now. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's because of that choice that I made. I had to do it. So
what was when you went through the route of seeking medical help, did you have to wait a while for that to happen, or
previous to the me feeling suicidal and feeling like that, I'd already had counselling with, we call it Minds Matter around here. It's part of the NHS service, and the wait time for that was about 9 months, which was pretty difficult because I just started deteriorating. But once I'd had that, you get so many sessions, and if you're not cured, you have to go back through it all again. So that's what happened, really.
Nothing happens overnight, does it? That's the thing. It's wrong on. There is an answer. I mean, my experience was obviously with my drinking, but through taking recreational drugs like throughout my life, just come weekend or whatever, it's definitely had a knock-on effect as to why I've got anxiety. Like once upon a time, like I was saying to you before, is just like you're invisible at one point, right? You're invincible. You can, doesn't catch up with you until, well, for me personally, it was till I was starting it in my 30s. Hangovers get worse, and then things started to creep in for me. Then, sort of left to my own devices. And I suppose, like with the stigma with mental health, it's just you think you can deal with it on your own. You don't want to put your worries onto other people. Yeah, at the same time, people think there's nothing wrong with you. So you like sort of put a brave face on just dealing with your shit, basically, what you have to go through.
That's what I think. You just touched on it there. It's mental health. It can be invisible to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I can sit and have a conversation with someone for 5-10 minutes. I've said it to you before, and they wouldn't have a clue what's going on in my head.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I cope with it. I try and put a face on, or I don't want to I don't know. I'm not ashamed of it, but I try not to. I try and keep with that thing where people haven't got a clue, if that makes sense. So it's until someone asks me, and that's when they'll know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm just glad like there's people like us. We can talk about, we can laugh about it, and that's the main thing. Is and when you are open with it and you can have a laugh with it, it does make things easier for sure.
Well,
and I don't have my shit days and stuff like that, and like Jenny, my girlfriend, sees that side of me, but at the same time, it's sort of out of my control, and you sort of try and put on a brave face to the extent of it, but it's something that I can be okay from one day to the next.
That's what it's
But
about. You know, it's like a yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. You can't predict what's going to happen the next day. You can't predict how you're going to feel the next day. You can't predict. Yeah, so it's a tough one.
My thing with it is, I find it just, you know, I feel like there's something holding me back. I know of, like, you know, to progressing in what I'm doing, and I know it is the anxiety. Like I've said before, I'm usually quite an outgoing, confident guy, but it does affect me on a daily basis. You know, some days you just don't want to go out, you don't want to socialise, and but to other people, they can't see that looking in whatsoever.
No, it's what's the word? It's a disease. It's you know, it's an illness that it has so many different forms. It is a tough one to put, you know, but if people aren't aware of it, or you know, if people aren't talking about it, then they're never going to know.
That's it. It's just, it's easier said than done, because like we have been there, and it's just if you know, things did get that bad for me, that, you know, I did need the professional help for sure. Especially when I'm drinking, it's so out of control. Yeah, and it's sort, you know, it grips me massively. It's not like I could pick up another drink and have a couple of pints and then that'll be it. My nights I've never been like that since I was a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always been self-medicating just to get that. Yeah, just to see that. I don't know, that enjoyment that, you know, you're missing because you are suffering with your mental health. It's just. But this is where the fishing come into it, and it's like how beneficial. I know it has been for you, as it has for me. You know, it's a bit stupid that I did go so long without fishing. Really, I'm just like, I got back into it, and I've got that bug for it again.
You've got the rest of your life to enjoy it. That's the way I look at it now. So we're going to be these old boys that, you know, will have been doing it for like 30 years. So it's a pastime we can carry on.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, those videos you made, mate. Like, I watched it for the second time again last night, and just get out there and do it. It's so good that you know, like, you got the confidence to put yourself out there and help others.
I think I said to you the other day, the only regret I have is I've been single now for 4 years, and I said to you, I'm never going to get a girlfriend again because she's going to think I'm nuts. But it's
nah.
I'm
at
that point in my life where, you know, like, I'm an open book. So if anyone asks me any questions, or I'll be honest with them. You know, like I say, the stigma of mental health needs to be addressed massively.
It was funny you saying, if you ever say the word anxiety again, you're gonna come mad.
Well, it has a lot to answer for, doesn't it, that word? But it's.
But right, no, I've got anxiety. It's just like, what do you want me to do? Bullshit about it, or just be honest and just say, no, I'm all right
exactly.
today? It's, you know, I'm having a shit day, so that's
like I say, I'm in therapy every week now, and it's been brilliant. My guys have been amazing, and I try and I don't know, I try and look at things a bit different now and not get as stressed, to try and look at things in a light-hearted way if I can. But yeah, you're right, anxiety. I hate that word.
100%. I mean, since I came out of detox, I did an alcohol detox. I think it was like April, July. And yeah, my anxiety's been really bad. I've been on different medications, and not that they've done anything as well, which is like, I'm not. I know it's not an answer, and ideally I wouldn't like to be taking medications, but it's, again, it doesn't change the way I
No.
think. You know, it doesn't change who I am. But I've had quite. It's been quite negative, my medication. Really, it's not really had much of an effect on me. But this is, again, this is how the idea with tackling minds came about, because I thought, well, if this, you know, I was getting that buzz again. I've not had that buzz since what I was
Yeah.
going out probably, and I was thinking, like, this is like my answer, and I know it's not everybody's answer, but it's like I was speaking to my friend of mine, and he does boxing, and he's saying, you know, everyone needs an output, a different output, you know,
Of
to put the
course.
mind else. And I think that's key, and I do think that I'm lucky in terms of having the fishing and being busy with the tackling mind stuff. Um, and you know, I just want other people just to, as you do, just want to share that knowledge, share that experience, and just get as many people involved
Well,
with it. And
it'll do you, you know, from my own personal experience, it'll do you the world of good when people are reaching out to
yeah,
you and telling you and thanking
yeah,
you for what you're doing. Um, that
yeah. No, I'm not one for compliments. Me, you know, I find it hard. Um, But you know, again, like, I'm 6 months sober now, and people are like, "Yeah, well done." And it, again, like, because I don't take compliments, I think, well, where was I? You know, before I went away, I was 18 months sober. I don't dwell on it, but you know, it's start again, and it's
well,
lesson learned. You think you learn from the first time, but
well,
unfortunately, that
you need
addiction
to give
for
yourself a bit of credit on that one, David, because it's um,
you know,
it's a big thing, mate. To be fair,
yeah,
I know you're the same as me. You'll beat yourself up about yourself, and you won't give yourself any credit. That's one of the
yeah,
things that I struggle with. Is I'm constantly looking at why I'm so shit, or God, that's the first time I've sworn in a long
yeah,
time. But you know, it's you need to give yourself a bit of credit with that one. The sobriety is
yeah,
massive, especially with people like us that have addictive personalities. To actually, you know, it's big, mate. So well done for that one.
and I've got a life, well, you know, now from what I've been like in the past. You know, you won't wish on your worst
No,
enemy, would you?
no, it's God, we could talk about alcohol or whatever for till the cows come home, but it's a dangerous drug. Um,
Yeah. Nah.
I don't care what anyone says actually on that one. It is the one. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been struggling with it this year because of
Yeah.
because of the lockdown and because of things that have been going on. You know,
Yeah.
I have had the odd beer here, there, and everywhere. I'm not ashamed to say that because I'd be lying if I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? But that's something that
Yeah.
I've got to work on now going forward. Um, I mean, I don't do it all the time like I used to. It's just been a thing that's got me through the festive season or whatever. I've needed to do it, but uh, that's why I'm saying you need to give yourself
And
credit for doing it, mate.
can you nip that in
Yeah,
the bud? Can you have a few
yeah,
drinks and then?
yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I
Well,
look at
that's
the
it.
positives
There's no.
at it. I look at the positives at it all now, and one of the things I suffer with bulimia, which is something that's another story. And when I, one of the things that puts me off drinking is when I can't put my socks on in the morning because I can't breathe because I can't see past my belly. So
Well,
that's enough for me. It's I can't be doing with it. So yeah, it's something that I can control. And
yeah. No. That
But it's something that, yeah, if I can understand where people are coming from, if they're struggling, you know, with it, it's like we said.
Like, when I look back and I look at like the telltale signs that I sort of knew, or I should have known that I had a problem. It was like obviously the common ones, just like hiding drinks from people, you know, and just being sly about things, you know, not wanting people to know like you have got it under control and stuff. And there was a time um, I moved into my mum's house for a short period of time, and things had sort of I was going out on weekends for like 3 nights straight with my mates and stuff, just being idiots for 3 nights, and then I'd come to the Monday morning and my anxiety was so bad, like literally I couldn't. The last thing I wanted to do was just be around anybody basically, and you know that's not me. So I used to just like get a bottle of wine from my mum's stash and just to take the edge off and just to be able to feel normal-ish, let's say. And you know, out then I could do things. Nobody'd know any different. The drinking weren't that bad at this point. But anyway, the one day I filled up an empty bottle of rosé that I drank, and I filled it with Vimto and put it back in the cupboard, like thinking, I'll replace it. Anyway, I went back to replace this bottle of rosé and it had gone. So I'm like, what? So I phoned my mum at work and said, "Have you moved the bottle of rosé?" She's like, "Yeah." She said, "I've just given it to a colleague at work as a birthday present." I'm like, "No." She said, "You're not going to believe what I've done." Just stupid things like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I can't go out and have a few beers with them anymore and stuff. And it doesn't bother me. I don't miss that hangover on the weekend. I'm being around people once I've had a few drinks now. It gets to the point where people are pretty annoying, to be honest. Well, it's all right going.
That's what I get like. But I just can't. I'm the same as you. I can't go out if people phoned me up and said, "Do you want to come out on a night out?" I'd have to say no. Because it wouldn't end very well. So it's about having control, isn't it? And knowing your limits.
Oh, yeah, and that's it. There is no limits, unfortunately. But a lot of people do ask, so can you not go out for one drink? Like, unless you've been through it yourself, it's a hard one to get your head around. I mean, if someone had said to me, if I'd not gone through my experience, and someone said to you, "Well, you can just have another pint, just have some willpower," and having that, your brain wired. I just don't think people understand until you've been through it yourself.
No, well, that's it. I mean, like I said,
me had addiction. It's just like willpower.
I mean, like I've said to you before, I could write a book about my past and what I've done, but with drinking and whatnot. But that's it. That's it.
That's about it, isn't it? But so you got back into your fishing then, and then what did you notice the benefits that it was having on changing your life for the good?
It just gave me something to focus on, really. Like I say, I used to associate the DJing with drinking and clubbing, so it's something that I still do at home, but not as much as what I used to. So the benefits of the fishing was it was unbelievable. It was giving me a chance to think. I mean, one of my favourite things is going to a fishery and just sitting there and listening to the birds. You know, no traffic, just peace and quiet. That's what got me. Give me time to just sit there and contemplate. And then once you start catching, you get hooked then, don't you? So it's just evolved from there, really. And I've got a bit too addicted to it now. It takes over my life.
And Well, and that's it with like the tackling minds thing, and it does take over your life. But it's it's a better it's better to be doing something like that from what we've been
Well,
doing
of
in the
course it is. I
past.
mean, like I've said, it's all to do with your well-being. You're in the zone, aren't you? So you sat on your box or you sat on your chair and you're concentrating. You want to catch
Yeah.
them fish, so
Oh,
you're doing something that's challenging your mind. And yeah, and like I say, if you're really hooked on it, you just want to get better and better and better. So that's it. That's all
yeah,
I've done for 3 years. I mean,
yeah,
I've taught myself off YouTube, believe it or not. Because I've been
yeah,
isolated with my condition, and I'm not a social.
yeah,
I haven't been a social person. I've needed to sit there and watch YouTube videos over and over again to learn a
yeah.
method and then go and put it into practice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, for sure.
that's it. So it's yeah, it's helped me a lot, mate. To be fair,
Yeah,
the benefits
I'm.
for people's mental health is unbelievable. They don't know until they've tried it, and I can guarantee people that haven't tried it, if they went out and sat there on a chair for the day, their heads would
That's
come
it.
off because they'd be like, "Wow, that was so peaceful. I've not got people going on in my ear, or I don't have to worry about work
Mm.
or this and that." That's what it's about.
And it's technical side to fishing as well. It's not
Of course.
straightforward, and each time busy learning new methods. And I listen to these guys, especially like Jamie and Andy, who did that interview with you. Just how in depth they go. My fishing knowledge isn't great. I love fishing. It's not great, and I'm learning all the time. But it doesn't amaze me with like the knowledge these guys have.
Well,
It's
that's why they're top of the game, really, aren't they? But
be great to try and go and like just go to one of these matches and just watching how they're doing.
well,
Really,
that's it. I mean, years ago we didn't have YouTube or anything like that. I mean, I grew up watching John Wilson um,
yeah,
on VHS, on like videos. I'd tape everything with John Wilson on, even Bob Nudd. But
yeah,
nowadays
definitely.
you've got everyone from every single brand doing something, and they all do something different. So you pick it up from each one of them, and then you have to go and put
Yeah,
it into practice. I mean, if you
yeah,
like me, I do anyway. I go away and I sit there and I think, right, what have I just watched yesterday? Boom, get it
yeah.
right, get it right, get it right, and then you tweak it. So it's
Just Andrew, the ladies just mentioned that it gives you a reason to get up out of bed in the morning, and
of course it
it
does.
does.
Of course it does. It's we all need something to do, don't we? Um, like I say, if I didn't have things to do, I'd be, yeah, probably wouldn't be where I am now, or talking to you, mate. So it's
Reading the comments here as well while you're talking, mate. Um, what's Howard saying? One sec, mate. Greg Logan. Great what you're doing, Dave. Watched around Hollingworth Lake last week and was thinking of you and what you're doing. So that's nice, mate. Thank you.
there you go.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know Howard Kelly?
I've heard of
He's a
Howard. Yes, he's
Howard.
friends with Lee Tackle and Bait.
Yeah, he's just put. You can come and sit with me next time we're allowed to go match fishing. But he says you'll not.
I'll
So,
take him up on that. I'll take him up on that. So I've had
yeah,
a couple of the guys from that are in with Lee Tackle have messaged me. They're brilliant, and invited me
yeah.
out.
Hearing good things. Keep hearing good things. I'm going to pop in there, mate. Introduce yourself because I hear a lot about Gav. How much he's doing for his community and he helps other people out. Do you know what I mean? He's not out for himself. That guy from
Yeah, no,
altogether. He
what
does
he's
like to
doing, what
take the
he's doing. I think the Windows Flash community stuff is fantastic. So
on him.
it's
What's the
you want,
website
mate?
called? Has he got what's his Facebook page called?
Lee Tackle and Bait.
What's his other one he's doing? Do you know? Because he's trying to get lease on that water. I know he's put an application in the local
Yeah,
council. I
yeah.
forget the name.
I'll message you after. I'll send you the link to it. It's a Windows Flash community.
I'll post it now like people to see. It's well worth seeing the work he's doing. But yeah, from what I gather, how many people are struggling as well with this click and collect rubbish as well.
Yeah,
Not much you
I
can.
feel for the
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I feel for all of them. I mean, I've got
Windows Flash. Windows
yes,
Flash, it's called. Cheers, Emma.
brilliant what they're doing. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've got 3 tackle shops local to me, and everyone's suffering, mate. It's hard for them all, really. I mean, that's going to be one of the reasons why I'm not going fishing, because I won't be able to get any maggots if we are allowed to go. But yeah, there's.
Hiking, mate. My fridge is stocked up with dead paint now. Freezer.
No, well, it's like I say, these guys are all doing. They've all been brilliant, to be fair. I get a lot of messages, like I've mentioned to you before, from people, from these shops, and it's brilliant.
So how did it come about with Andy and Jamie getting in touch with you?
I launched that video, the first video, it was the end of March.
Yeah.
And then Andy messaged me one day, and we got chatting, and that was it. It was boom. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah. He sounds it, mate. I do watch his videos. He does look a character.
He's one of the friendliest guys I've had, been speaking to. He's been in contact with me ever since the first video.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Like I say, I've met a few of them now, to be fair. A couple of the Matrix boys, Ben Townsend, he's a cracking guy. I speak to Craig Butterfield, he's a nice guy as well. Because those guys shared my video through Matrix, which was brilliant for me, because I'm a bit of a tackle tart. So that was, it made my day, that. But yeah, Rob, there's people like Rob Swan as well. I've been fishing with him a few times. He's a machine, absolute machine. Yeah, he's scary. For his...
Just watch him. They make it look so easy, though. That's the thing as well.
His age and what he does is, wow. He's Guru. I've got a good one there, I'll tell you. But he's a.
See, I don't know these guys. I'm sure the more I get to know people within the fishing community,
Well, these are all people that I've spoke to through the first video, and like I say, they've blown my head off with how friendly they've been, and I've met a few people that have changed my life this year. To be fair, I've got a guy called Nathan who makes me floats. He makes Andy's floats as well, and he's a brilliant guy. I met him on the first lockdown. When we first went into lockdown, we spoke every day.
Yeah. So, a question for you? Do you know, like, these guys who make their own floats? How different are they than what you're getting in the shops?
Well, I'm very biased. I'm very biased towards Nathan's floats, but they make them how you want them, basically. So we all have our own preferences to how floats work or how we want them to work.
Yeah.
You give them an idea, and then they'll say, "Yeah, we can do it." You're like, wow, yeah, I'll have it then. Because for a long time I used to buy branded ones, and then I think Andy put me on to Nathan, and I'll tell you what, I'll send you a picture of my trays after, and they're all the same. I'm confident with them. I like them. But yeah, it's a tough. I don't know how to. Yeah, they're just as good. I'm just going to say they're just as good, or even better, because the
thing is, have you been catching, mate?
So thanks to these videos that I watch, but that's it.
So you were saying what you're doing, getting a new box as well?
That's going to be me. Yeah, I think I was gonna start match fishing in January. That's the big thing that's been on my mind for about six months, is try and join a club, get match fishing, start vlogging the match fishing from a newbie's point of view. But I had this little list of things that I needed to get me there. But because we're in lockdown 7.0 or whatever, so I'll just save up for a box. So that's gonna be my treat for myself. You out?
Can't wait till it warms up again.
Well, that's it. It's like I said to you before, I don't have to make any 010 hook lengths now or anything like that. So it's my prep's already done. I did it on the first lockdown.
So what water have you been fishing then?
I have two local to me, which I call my home venues. The one that's literally round the corner from me is called Cunnery's.
Yeah, I know Cunnery's.
Awesome venue. It's absolutely stuffed with F1s. They're massive. They're ancient.
I've fished it before, you know.
Need to get down there. You can have a fish with me when we're back out of it. But
yeah.
There's plenty. Go on.
You've been Emma inviting you to come and fish down, or where is it? Come and fish down the matches with her. Apparently they're awesome, and she's got faith in you, mate. Harrison? Yeah. I see Emma Harrison popping up quite a bit. I've never met her, but she's
lovely.
Girl.
Nice. I fished with her again in the start of the year. I met her and Chris, the hubby.
Yeah.
And a little girl dressed up as Spider-Man. So it was a really nice day.
It's a good community, isn't it, mate?
Everyone's friendly. I mean, you get the odd one that's don't want to talk to you, don't want to tell you whatnot, but that's the way they are. But everyone else is friendly.
There was a guy going around on the Facebook, mate, just slagging everybody off. I think he was just like, he didn't give anybody. I think he had like an ulterior name or whatever. I can't think of his name, but he was just abusing everybody.
He weren't called Chris, was he?
He might have. Remember,
I call them toxic people. So
he was just abusing everyone. I mean, I'm all for a bit of banter, but he was just.
It's people that wind everyone up on Facebook.
I don't follow that.
At the end of the day, we've all got our own problems. We've all got enough going on. So why just kick off? Why kick off? It's just winding everyone up. So
yeah, like I say, I'm all for the banter, and I'm always getting off my mate saying I'm doing my tackling lines and you never catch any fish. Like John, thanks the last time I've been piking. I start catching more.
You'll get there.
So what was that? This is okay not to be okay.
That was, like I say, that was something that I'd seen it before. I think my therapist said it to me a couple of years ago, and it just resonated in my mind. And when I did that first video, I thought, it's perfect. And that's, you can use that whenever you want. It's especially with what we've been going through this year. Every single person can say it's okay not to be okay. You've got that right. So it's just I just liked it. It was a nice little catchphrase, and it stuck with me, and it stuck with a lot of other people. So that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is okay not to be, it's now. We're all in it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, mate. There's nothing to be embarrassed about if you're not feeling all right and you are feeling a bit shit and you're having your down days or whatever.
That's it.
Part of the parcel, isn't it? That's the thing. It's part of the parcel.
Mental health's a funny one. It's what makes it so interesting in a way. because like I've said before, we're all different. We all manage everything differently. So, you know, it's...
Yeah, but the outside, with, you know, people are going through a shit time. I mean, I know if anyone wants to drop you a message or send me a message, I know that we're more than happy to. I'm not saying everyone on the page is, you know, got mental health issues by all means. I'm just saying, you know, everybody knows somebody who it affects.
It's good to talk.
It's
good to get it out there, because you can be frustrated, and believe it or not, by just blurting something out, it can be to a stranger, or it can be to someone that you love, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You might get that sense of, it's like having a pin put in a balloon, and you feel better for it.
No, 100%. So services that I've used, like everyone's just like really empathetic. I've never had any bad or negative comments.
No.
You know, I don't expect everyone to understand what like the situation me and you are going through, especially addiction or the mental struggle that you went through. But it's so good that knowing there are people out there like yourself, you know, you can talk to. And we spoke for the first time before via Zoom. I mean, it was just like, right, we're going to have to shoot. We've got, you know, we said we could have talked all night, basically.
That's it. If people that understand it, you can just crack on for days and days and days about it.
Man, it's like this morning. I try not to think about it, because, you know, obviously the more you think about it, the more likely your anxiety comes on or whatever like that. But some days that's it. I've got anxiety. There's no trigger, and then it's like I just can't be asked just being around anybody or doing anything. You know, I do keep myself occupied and stuff, but I think a lot of people don't realise it's for us to motivate ourselves to get out and do things. It is a lot harder. I know, because obviously I've not always been.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I have to. One of the things that I get told in therapy all the time is I need to set myself little job lists of things to do. And you put them on your phone. It's like what I'm going to do on Tuesday or what I'm going to do on Wednesday, and you know, you've got to try and motivate yourself to do it, or you stay in that. You're in that circle all the time, aren't you? So it's a tough one.
So yeah, 1 second. I'm just I did have a question to ask you, then, mate. That's what I've got to say. So how far are you into like your recovery now, so to speak?
I don't like that word recovery with mental health. That's just my honesty. Tourette's coming out. I don't think you're ever going to recover from mental health.
Each their own, mate.
You adapt it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I'm, God. Well, I got discharged from the crisis people last January, and I'm still in it now. So I have therapy once a week. I have people coming to see me twice a week. Once I've finished this lot of therapy, I've got to start another lot of therapy. So it's like life skills or CBT or whatever, and then I have to do stuff about my bulimia and what have you. So it's a constant thing for me at the moment. So,
but to get out and, you know, again, I don't like bigging myself up or whatever, but just for us to be able to speak like this, it does take a lot, especially with anxiety. You know, before we were talking before, it is, you get anxiety thinking about having to speak to people. I actually feel okay right at this moment in time, but you know, it's difficult for us to be putting ourselves out there at the same time. As easy it is for us to talk about it, it's quite hard, isn't it, at the same time?
Of course,
that makes sense.
That's one of the biggest things that I thought about when I'd done the first video. It was
you brave doing that.
You can't exactly click the button that says rewind, unupload it. it just happened. It was, yeah. So there's no going back now. There's no going back.
What was your comment? No woman's going to want me after watching
That's
that
what I
video.
said, didn't I? So it's, but yeah, I've enjoyed 4 years on my own. It's been nice, peaceful. The amount of fishing gear I've got is amazing. So that's.
Well, that's it. You know when to, do what you want, can't you? You get what you want now without getting any
That's
air.
it, mate. That's it. I'm not going to go into things that I've done in the past with it, but yeah, there's been no earache. I can get what I want. I can do what I want. You know, my time will come.
So you set goals. Do you have any goals?
Good.
Good.
My big goal is to start match fishing. Like I've said, it's something that's big for me, because I feel it's the only way I'm going to progress further now. And I'm well,
definitely.
it's something that I need to do. It's that's in my heart. That's what I want to do. And then the other things that I wanted to try and get into mental health nursing eventually.
Right. Brilliant.
Because of, like I say, I have a lot of knowledge about my own condition and about other things, and the people that have looked after me for the nearly last 18 months are so inspirational. And it's I just want to give something back. So if I can do something like that at the end of all this, but the main thing is myself getting better first. You know.
Yeah, and that's it. About number one at the same time. 100%. Not keeping right off the ball.
But they're the things that I want to do. You know, eventually, if it's get myself right.
That gets all at your own pace. There's no any pressure on yourself.
You can't when you've got conditions like we have. You can't put pressure on yourself, or it's going to make you worse. Especially if you don't succeed. You need to give yourself a break, and do things at your own pace. That's what I've learned anyway. So it's that's it. And look after my dog, my little dog. But yeah, that's it, mate. Fishing gives something back with mental health, definitely. Like I say, there's no going back now. And look after myself.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to. I know we've only ever spoken properly through messages. We've spoke last night, yesterday on the phone for 5 minutes, and then we had a quick chat, didn't we, on there before? But we definitely sort something out, and we'll organise some sort of event, an open event.
I think we should do a social or something, David, or something like that when we're all back. That's whatever. I'm up for that. I'm up for that.
I don't mind or whatever. Just like you said, just giving something back to the services who've helped us. You don't forget it.
No, I'll never.
Without them,
I'll never forget it, mate. The people, like I say, that have been with me from the NHS are unbelievable, especially through what we're going through now. I mean, my guy's got nearly 50 patients that he has to see, a week, and it's phenomenal. It's scary. So yeah, they deserve a lot, and like I say, I'm up for. I'll get involved, whatever you need, mate. I mean, I've got so many people that I could thank for all the, the help and the support and stuff like that. So it makes me want to do it more. I mean,
definitely.
I've got two people that are pretty close to me, Darren and his son Josh, who, I've met them through it. I just want to help people now. So people like these guys are absolutely phenomenal because they've shared their story with me, and I want to try and help them progress. So yeah, let's do it.
You've had quite a few comments, mate. That someone just saying then that social idea is a really good idea. William,
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, that's something like I mentioned to you today. It's something that I've had in my mind for a few years, and I just wanted to be right before we actually bang it out there. We could do it in different places. It's not a problem.
Yeah, you're all impressed, and you're not far from me.
Well, we can sort something out. It's just something that I wanted to do. Get people together. Yeah. We can have a fish. See if we can get someone to cook us a barbecue or something. I don't know. It's all new to me.
No, mate. I think you'll get a few interests, and if we can do it, and like you say, do a bit of a fundraiser or something just to give back again. Just an idea, or if anyone's got any suggestions. Yeah, really.
Like I said, I'm an open book, me, David. So
good to meet a few people, mate.
Definitely. Madness is over. Look at the. Yeah. So we could sit here all night chatting, couldn't we, about all of this? But we got there in the end. We'll have to do it. We should do it on a monthly basis or something, or every couple of months. We'll have a catch up.
Yeah, find out if anybody else wants to join in.
Definitely.
But get one of your contacts, big guys.
Like I say, these guys that I talk to have been phenomenal. Every single one of them are a credit to the brand that they represent, and that's it's it blows my mind. It blows my mind. So it's got a lot to look forward to this year once we get out of this. Got a lot of people to meet and a lot of people to see and learn a lot with me fishing. That's the main thing.
Likewise, mate. I do. So yeah, mate. Well, it's been quality to talk, and
thank you.
We've been firing messages to and from for the last few months now, haven't we?
Yes, it's something that's been, it's been in the pipeline, hasn't it? So it's, I'm glad we've done it now.
Yeah.
But like I keep saying in my videos, anyone that's watching that's struggling with mental health, or you feel that something's not right, just go to your doctor, talk to a family member. If you want, like David said, drop David a message, or you can fire me one over. I'm not a shrink or anything like that, but I'll just listen. But you need not be ashamed of it. That's the main thing.
No,
it's getting out there now. Mental health awareness is getting out there. There's a few celebs that support it and what have you. So, like I say, make that step. Go to doctors. Say to him, "I'm not okay." That's it. That's all I can say, really. About it, mate. To be fair.
No, and that's all it takes, and that's what they're there for, isn't it? Just to say you're not okay and take it from there. You've made that first step, that massive step, and
that's the biggest part.
That's
the biggest part.
And ashamed of, that's all.
The biggest part is asking for help and admitting that something's not right. Yeah. So that's it. Once you've conquered that, hopefully it'll be like dominoes.
100%, mate.
Right, mate.
Great. Well, I'll let you shoot. And thanks for to both of us for just to do this, to get it out there.
No, I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. It's like I said, it's good to talk in it. So
it is. Right. We'll leave it there, but we'll get in touch with each other and we'll definitely sort something else out.
All
but, right. Nice one, everyone who took the time to listen to what we had to say.
David. Thanks, everyone. And like I said, tight lines when we're back.
Tight day in the old.
Get the prep done. Keep yourself busy. Tight lines. All right, pal.
Take
care.
Peace.
All right, bye.
See you later.